Okay. I'm just gonna move on. This past year was challenging,
inspiring,
exhilarating,
invigorating,
and rewarding.
This past year marked a new era for the Westerlies as we emerged from the pandemic into a world forever changed. But now we're going stronger than ever thanks to the incredible support of our generous community and Westerlies like you.
Donations from our supporters sustained us through a year and a half of touring hiatus and allowed us to hit the ground running for our 10th anniversary season.
As usual, we were on the move. We found ourselves going from gig to gig via planes, trains, cars, buses, and of course, golf carts. One highlight of the past year was getting our own record label, Westerlies Records, off the ground. We released 3 new albums, our songbook series, both volumes 1 and 2, and our best-selling album ever, Fireside Brass.
We also recorded our most ambitious album to date, featuring the music of Nico Muley, Caroline Shaw, Mason Bynes, and myself, and we are thrilled to announce that this will be our first release on vinyl. Be on the lookout for Move coming in spring 2023.
When we look back on the past year, one of the highlights for sure was our visit to Montgomery, Alabama. Now, we had been to Montgomery a couple times before, working with Clefworks, an amazing organization on the ground there that brings music to the schools all over the greater Montgomery area. But this time was special because we got to journey to Montgomery to share the world premiere in-person performance of For Rosa, a piece by Mason Bynes, the first piece we've ever commissioned, and we did it in partnership with the Festival of New Trumpet Music and Westerlies Like You. There we were on the steps of the Rosa Parks Museum, surrounded by people who knew Miss Parks, people who are working to continue her legacy, and in that moment we really discovered the power that music has, to remind us of where we come from and to show us where we're going.
If you know any of us Westerlies, you know that we are musical omnivores. This past year, we collaborated with singer-songwriter Haley Hendricks, poet Phil Kay, vocalist Theo Bleckman, Canadian singer Elisa P., pianist-composer Conrad Tao, and Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Aoife O'Donovan.
One of the highlights of the year was getting the opportunity to make our national television debut on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. We played as a horn section with the band Big Red Machine, performing for a live studio audience beamed out to households across the country.
We reached new heights with our educational initiatives this year, when we joined the new school as the inaugural small ensemble in residence of the School of Jazz and Contemporary Music. We're overjoyed to be new school narwhals. This last year, we celebrated the return of an in-person Westerlies Fest. Westerlies Fest is our flagship program. It allows us to showcase everything we believe in, from the performance of cutting-edge music to the presentation of artists from across the country, as well as educational programming that reaches students all across the Puget Sound region.
We were celebrating our 10th anniversary, so we brought it back to the stage where things started 10 years ago, the Royal Room in Columbia City and Seattle. It meant the world to us to see our hometown crowd, folks who had been with us since our very first concert 10 years ago.
We're incredibly excited to bring Westerlies Fest back to Seattle in 2023, bigger and better than ever, complete with all of our educational programming, world-class artists, and brand new music from the Westerlies.
The Westerlies are not just a brass quartet, but a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting every endeavor of the ensemble and of our mission. We invite you to join us in this work by making a tax-deductible financial contribution.
Your gift will do 3 things instantly. Keep the music going. From backyards to barns and clubs to concert halls, we will continue to compose, record, collaborate, and commission new work to expand the worlds of chamber music and jazz to new sonic landscapes.
Your gift helps us create new stages and new spaces. Through our hometown music festival, Westerlies Fest, we have presented over 20 artists and venues across the greater Seattle area over the past 4 years. We will continue to grow the festival to create inclusive and engaged audiences for artists across genres and disciplines whose voices deserve to be heard.
And last but not least, you'll help us inspire the next generation. Education remains a core activity of our work, and over the past decade, we have reached over 10,000 students, sharing the lessons of improvisation, listening, and composition to empower students, young and old. This year, we are setting a goal of $15,000 to continue our work and reach audiences, students, and collaborators around the world. Thank you for your generous support, Westerlies.
We could not do it without you.